few times, more than a few times, most likely, I mentioned that the full moon is also an eclipse in Aries, and it's not. The eclipse season starts next month, and it kicks off with a solar eclipse in Libra. So, I don't know where I got that idea, except for I'm listening to somebody else make a mistake on YouTube, and then I'm not looking in my ephemeris that tells us when. But this eclipse season is, it was last eclipse season was Scorpio, Taurus, and Taurus is Venus ruled in Scorpio. It was Mars ruled before they found Pluto, but so now we shifted into Aries, Libra, and again, it's kind of a switcheroo. Now the Venus is Mars is ruling the northern axis rather than the south axis. So, but it's Venus and Mars for sure. Mars, Aries, and Venus, Libra. And so this eclipse season has to do with our relationships, our associations. How if I just meditate on it a bit, I have a lot of this going on in my chart. There's balance, right? And we need to be sure there isn't too much codependency or anything like that. That's a highly misunderstood subject matter, but that's going to be more and more clarified, I'm sure. And the Aries people, because the North Node is Aries, are going to be lighting up with, say, just boy, it's all of humanity that's going to be moving forward with their future selves, ambition to get to their to really, it's just who we are supposed to be. Aries is very much about that independent move, to just move forward, and that allows a more hearty contribution, I guess. If we were to get back together and share who we are and what we were doing, it's kind of like you kind of go away from the nest and then come back, and so Libra being on the south node, I know that's about wrapping up the past subconscious mud. Both of them have that, but it's really tough for the Libra, in their relationships. That that they've been, well, same thing with Aries. It's the cardinal signs, boy, just getting pummeled. Also, with Pluto there in Capricorn. That's it's just the collective has been muddling through finances and the how it doesn't, to me, it just doesn't connect to something valuable, say as valuable as a decent human relationship. And that's like staggering, a mouthful to say there. To say it again is just like money doesn't seem to care for a decent human relationship. This is one of the things I just kept like crying about for the past year. It's the most ridiculous thing. Who isn't sick and tired of it? I sure am. The way that money sounds and looks, and it's got everybody doing something. It is such a it's that part of the humanity being under a spell. They don't even remember, and who can even figure it out. What we're doing when we get up in the morning and go where and do what, and then come home and then pass out and then get up and do it again, and there's only so many days to do that, so many years to pass by fucking doing that, pardon me, oh my God. Now, there is the vibrational frequency of the human psyche, or more like I would say the ego, the way that it's amazing that um, that it's all just continuing on without running into each other too much, but it does. Love works, love is real and love is fine. I'm not always looking at the hopeless part of everything. Um, but no, yeah, no, that's exactly where we are. If, the Libra thing is to pull up, we're going to get out of this with our love lives, Nothing else really. All the details of all of the details. Love is going to smooth it all over. If you're sopped up in details and worry, it's like, well, maybe you need to get some more love in your life, because that's what's going to keep you sidetracked, like me, here I am. I'm going to figure out how to cure the human organism of its possible extinction, which seems like it's the point of no return as far as, are there humans? And the answer is, hasn't really started its own civilization yet. That whole worry, I can click that over there if I just found love, really. No, it's balance, really. That's what it is. If I don't find some way to make some money, really, when it comes down to it, I think women want nothing to do with men, but men sure want a lot to do with women. I don't know why I'm going here. Well, why not? It's the fucking eclipse season that has to do with men and women. I'm just glad that I'm in Aries rising, Mars ruled, and I have Sun conjunct Mars. Now, that's a very fiery aspect. I was just thinking of that. It's like, man, Shauna, you have a lot of fire under Plutonian infusion. 369, Sun, Pluto, Mars. Pluto in the middle. Mars is at 9 and Sun is at 3. And this is my solar return today. The Sun is technically at 3 degrees Libra today. And that's we are at, what do they call it? Step 3 in astrology. There's 30 steps. And the first decan is the first 10 degrees, and then the second is the next, 10 degrees, and so on. There's 3 decans. Anyway, they have to do with evolving. That individual sign is waking up, always starting kind of myopic and inner reflective, and then moving out and expanding and really getting like a specialist of its vibrational frequency, whatever sign it is, and then towards the end decan, like 29 or 28, that's when it's just spilling over with so much of its own consciousness, whatever the sign points at, a certain kind of vibrational frequency about an experience of the truth here. Anyway, it's just energy, we are the free energy, and it seems like, having said that, the human organism is put on hold. There's a lot of talk about Pluto being right now. America is doing a Pluto return according to the Constitution being signed, and fussing over that moment. And it's like, you know what? Here's what happened with the Constitution. Those people who signed it, those aren't they consider themselves people. They say we the people, and you're an animal. You have yet to get your own constitution. They set themselves up and said we can bear arms. We have a right to assemble, and speech and all this stuff. Good luck with you. You know, can you find the same paper that we wrote it on? No, that's our ink, by the way. And that was something kind of a discrepancy we should have noticed, like right in the beginning. You know, everything they do that way. By the time anybody, I think it happens to every nation that's taken over by whatever this is, um, non-human, really, non-human possession. Um, every continent has their story of, oh, and then we finally claim independence, and that's like, oh yeah, right. Once they're doing that, they say, yeah, give them their piece of paper and their ritual, and it means that they're just jacked to the point of no return. You are fully encapsulated in mental imprisonment, governed by what? Money? If you claim independence, what does your new money look like? Little beads with a circular thing in there? What is it? It doesn't have these fucking pictures of George Washington on there and Benjamin Franklin? Not even a president. That's their constitution. Find your own. They have their own justice system. It's called the criminal justice system. Right in your face, right there. The criminal justice system. Honest people need to find their own justice system.